What's up, everybody?
How are you?
Good, thanks. And you? Oh, you're not talking to me. It's
Lol.
it's Incog and Brodo back for another week of swag.
Ladies, control your orgasms.
I don't think they will.
No.
Okay, so hopefully all of you watched last week's games. If you didn't, well, that's the point of this. We're pretty much just gonna break down what happened, give you anything you didn't know, you missed, wada, and then move on to the semi-finals with our predictions and who's going through. So, Broda, any thoughts on what happened in the first two sets of quarterfinals?
The first two sets were I think it was very interesting to watch and see like Samsung White and Samsung Blue both finishing 3-1 respectively.
Yeah,
Sister teams holding hands quite nicely, I'm not gonna lie.
whatever.
Lol.
I was actually quite impressed with Cloud9 and Team Solo Mid because they're going against two of probably the best, like pretty much the two best teams in the entire competition, and they still managed to pull out a win. Especially TSM because they broke Samsung White's winning streak. Samsung White has now not. They've now lost a game, and their winning streak is actually now broken. So maybe I don't think it'll get to them, but I mean, it is.
Yeah, it's like not as untouchable as they thought they were.
Yeah, like it's actually quite interesting that the two American teams, arguably the underdogs, could actually pull a win at all over the two Korean teams, and I mean.
Yeah, dude, like just focusing on Samsung White versus TSM, I mean, out of all the teams you'd say would get a win, you wouldn't really pick TSM to like take down a Korean team at all. Like,
Yeah, well, I was actually quite impressed with TSM this competition.
no, like
I don't know about you, but I was
I don't
quite
know, dude,
impressed
like,
with them.
because it's not like when Darius goes on tilt, he goes on tilt hard. Like, if Bjergsen gets shut down, then basically the shot calling gets shut down as well. And like, Turtle only really shines when he's jumping full force Tristana into the middle of a team fight, so.
Well, you say that, but as far as I know, Turtle didn't lose his lane in those games. He didn't get stomped in at least 3 of those games.
Yeah, like, kudos to Turtle, definitely. I mean, putting up a great fight, especially against like Impermato, which you could probably say is the best bot lane in the world.
Exactly. He didn't lose his lane. Him and Lustboy did not lose their lane. It just sort of the control everywhere else sort of just lost it for them. And then
No, but mad respect to TSM. I mean, like it was I'm sorry to say, but like the outcome was predicted. I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
As much as we want to sit here and say like they did well, we all knew that Samsung White was going to win. It was just going to be a matter of was it going to be a 3-0 or would TSM pull back?
Yeah.
And they were very present in that game, but at the end of the day, Samsung White still taking the win.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
The games were amazing. That's like, to be honest, all of the games that were played in these quarterfinals were amazing. They were like, I just,
Dude,
I was like out of my seat.
Relate. It was, and like there wasn't a game when it was just like, oh, well, this is boring.
Yeah.
Every single game was like, wow, they're throwing back and forth, like they're actually fighting it out.
Even the stomps were cool.
LOL.
And then on to Cloud9 and Samsung Blue, where Cloud9 pulled the Fnatic and couldn't last hit the Nexus.
Did we say that they were Cloud9 actually played flipping well?
Yeah, okay, they really did.
Like, they really did play well. It was incredible
pull out the Jesus plays.
All 4 of those games were just worth it. I mean,
it really was.
Sneaky was playing, like, that very first game, holy flip.
Yeah, that was epic.
Sneaky was playing out of his skin, like, High was being High.
Except for High's second game. I believe that was his 1-10-1 on Zed. That wasn't that wasn't too great.
But yeah, dude, at the end of the day, like Samsung Blue again. Like they're the number one seeds from Korea, Samsung
Yeah.
Blue. So we expect them to win, but I don't think they were expecting them to have such a hard time against Cloud9. I mean,
Yeah, I totally agree.
that was tooth and nail throughout that.
Yeah, except the second game where
Except the second
Lotus-
game, of course. Like that
they-
was just
that was
wow.
quite bad.
Literally, Def just put on his shiny shoes and was like, "Well, thanks."
And then onto the best one. Okay, it was my favorite. The Star
Dude.
Royal Club and Edward Gaming. Holy
honestly, like-
shitballs.
That must have honestly been the best game of the tournament.
Hashtag the potential throws that nearly came out of Royal Club.
Dude, that was the best. That was the best of 5 series I've ever watched in my life. It really was.
Dude, it was crazy.
And as much as Starhorn's great, and as much as like Insec is a class jungler, they're relying way too much on Uzi.
Yeah, holy shit, I actually wanted to mention that, dude. What the F? Like, if Uzi doesn't work, they don't have a game plan. Like, everything's just on Uzi. If Uzi doesn't get channel kills or all the farm, they just can't do anything.
Dude, I can't help but feel that in a game sense, if they were to just go in and be like, okay, well guys, just focus Uzi, take him down, put the jungler bot lane, like just completely shut him. I mean, he went untold after that those last 2 games. I mean, the third game, he had to sit there and just compose himself.
Yeah, he would have gone down in the books if they'd lost as like the biggest winky ever.
That was like, dude, it was hectic there. I mean,
Yeah, it was.
after channel, like, I don't know, I don't even have words for it. If you watch those 5
Yeah,
games,
dude,
you'd
it
just
was
be like,
crazy.
oh my sack, this is why
But
I
like,
watch this. This is what I live for.
the thing is, like, the whole relying completely on Uzi to carry it, you can't really shut it down. Like, you can, and they did, but like, there are counters to that, like picking Lulu or picking Oriana or picking Thresh or picking people who can just peel the crap out of him, and then he's just untouched in the back, and he just like
I can't help
obliterates
but feel
everyone.
that if he's gonna go against the Samsung team, just the sheer fact they play such a controlled game,
Yeah, I don't think.
it's not gonna
Yeah.
go in their favor. I mean, I could be horribly wrong, and Uzi could just be like, whatever, let's do this. But as much as you can peel for an AD carry, if the rest of your objectives are getting controlled, then there's no point in peeling for him if you're losing your base.
Yeah, but
It's-
that's
Putting the
yeah.
team on one person's, eventually that back's gonna break. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't
I
carry
know.
the team forever.
It's ridiculous. You can,
It's incredible to watch, but
yeah, holy shit. He does so much damage.
it's just so unreal. But Starhorn nearly lost it there. That's the biggest thing.
No, they did. That was crazy.
That was really putting yourself on tilt and then having to put it back together.
Hashtag
And
insect.
it wasn't even a case of they're playing. I mean, I think Insec was on Lee Sin the bulk of those games.
Yeah,
His champion, like,
they figured him out after like the second game. So I don't know why they consistently kept picking Lee Sin for him.
I suppose like it's a comfort pick for him. He is the Lee Sin player, and if we watched in this tournament, Kazakhs and Lee Sin were priority nearly every game.
Yeah, I guess.
So rather ban Kazakhs, take Lee Sin, and then be a happy camper.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the final set, the hashtag 3-0 to OMG over Nigel Whiteshield. Why did they not ban Rise?
Going into this, why did they not ban Cloud?
Why didn't they? No, dude, come on.
As much as Rise, I mean, Cloud was a man, bro.
Okay, yeah, Cloud was really good.
But Cloud was just literally every time that Zed got picked. Why did they first pick Zed? That's a better
I don't
question.
know. That was also quite a trap.
Don't
But-
ban Rise, first pick Zed. Best combo ever.
The thing is, like, okay, sure, you let it through maybe twice. Okay, that's okay, yeah, but he's flippin' going is probably one of he's probably one of the best rises out of China. Why? Like, why? I don't understand. After a second game of him raping trains, why would they give it back to him? Like, why? What sort of goes through your mind that's a good idea?
But I want to know is what goes through your mind after all of that goes down. Especially
Yeah.
with the Janna plays, and then you still first pick Zed over Janna.
The funniest thing is if you watch those games, Cloud got Janna, I think, twice, and Going got Rise 3 times.
Literally, the two things that took that team apart.
Yeah,
And
exactly. And they give them back to them consistently. I don't understand. I don't know about you, but I think that's fairly poor decision making.
Like, I can't help
For
but
Knight
feel
and
like
Whiteshield.
there's like adapt to survive at the end of the day.
I don't
I
know.
understand that you have a game plan going on and that you're choosing a game plan like, okay, we can't really focus on the Rise, this is our game plan, but clearly that game plan wasn't working.
Yeah, exactly. So adapt.
Really just drop a ban on the jungler, drop a ban on the mid laner maybe, and just go for the Rise, because well, I suppose hindsight's 2020, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, looking back, just if they banned the Rise, who knows what would have happened in game 3.
Yeah, dude, it's all well and fine saying ban, 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 but I mean, it's happened, so. Anyway.
Moment of silence for Nodge and White Shield.
Yeah. Moment of silence for our brothers in this friend zone.
Lol.
Anyway, so Broden, what are your predictions for the 2 semi-final matches?
The semi-final one's going to be very heartbreaking because it's Samsung 1 and Samsung Blue. And being the great Samsung supporter that I am, I obviously
So,
like every Samsung supporter should.
are you supporting?
I want Samsung White to win, but Samsung
Okay.
Blue always beats Samsung White.
Oh, can I just point out that we got 75% of the guesses right?
Would take that, analysts.
Must know, except for the Cloud9 pick. I knew I should have stuck with Samsung Blue. Damn it.
All I'm asking myself is why doesn't Riot employ me?
So yeah,
No, dude, I was honestly expecting a star on Royal Club Nodge and White Shield.
Really?
And OMG literally like blew my face off there.
Yeah, they really did.
That sub bat for Cloud was amazing, but
Okay,
back to
yeah.
the point. Samsung White, Samsung Blue. Samsung Blue has always beat Samsung White in all their encounters this year. Without fail. This is I'm going Samsung White, bro. This is the time to shine.
It's like their last and final moment to shine. Of course,
Literally,
it's
if
their
they
time to
don't
shine.
beat Samsung Blue now, they will all kill themselves.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately gonna have to go against you and say Samsung Blue because
You? Because what? Because why? I chose Samsung White.
well, that and because if you look back to the season, like they always beat Samsung White, like
I'm telling you now, dude. If there was ever a time, it's now.
nah.
It's gonna go down to the final game. They're each gonna claim 2, and that last game is just gonna be imping.
You ready? It's gonna be a 5-5.
It's gonna be It's gonna be all 5 games.
Okay.
There is no ways that a Samsung team would drop a game. Or like I don't even know. There's no words.
I'm gonna have
There
to
is
go.
no ways a Samsung team is gonna get 3-0'd. Or even 3-1 for that matter. It's gonna be a 3-2 to obviously. No, wait, no. Here we go, Josh. Ultimate way. I'm supporting Samsung. I predict Samsung is gonna win this.
that doesn't count.
Hashtag not iPhone.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be Samsung White. I'll stick with my guns.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Samsung Blue.
What a dick.
Must know. And then finally the last 2.
Oof.
Mm.
Starhorn, Royal Club, and OMG.
Hashtag OMG win.
Just for that, I'm selecting Starhorn, Royal Club. For you.
What is this? Fine.
If both my teams beat you, I win.
You owe me a skin if both my teams win.
Not a chance, bro.
Yeah, because you know I'm right. Hashtag drink.
Honest to God, I hope OMG sound back their old support.
No, I hope they don't, because Cloud is amazing. Yo.
Just casually take Cloud off the list.
Yeah. It's like, he doesn't belong here. Shh.
I can't help but feel that Starhorn Royal Club is gonna ban Rise first pick.
Yeah, I do.
Either they're gonna ban Rise or they'll take
Janna,
Rise.
if they don't take Janna, and if they don't first pick Janna or first pick Rise, then they have to ban them. I'm sorry, like, Yeah, you have to. It's just
After watching that game when they go 3-0 against Koreans, no less, and as much as like Chinese pride kicks in, no.
yeah,
Just no, bro. You ban one or you pick one. It's the way of
Yeah.
the world.
yeah. But I guess that's just down to some fairly like poor planning, I guess. But yeah.
I wouldn't even say poor plan. That was sheer stupidity. We all sat there watching the
Yeah.
second game, watching them get stomped.
True.
After 2 stompings like that, you'd think, okay, well,
Behind what's working for them, yeah.
we've got nothing to lose. We may as well. They could have at least played Gnar if they're going to throw the games like that.
What a funny
No, but OMG Starhorn's going to be amazing because Cloud is a man.
Anyway.
I just don't think Name is going to perform against Easy though.
You're right. It's San, dude.
I meant San.
I mean,
That's
dude, you
what I
say
meant.
that, but the man has had like 5 different supports and he's still solid.
No, he's like the cop of China.
Yeah, he's like Jesus when it comes to being the Iceman.
I don't know, dude. It's gonna either be lane swaps, or if they do meet, it's gonna come down to support. Because I just feel Cloud's the better one,
Yeah.
and I feel Cloud could probably 1v1 Uzi with his 1 crit ruin.
With his 1 crit run. Have at the villain.
That's all he needs, bro. If he plays Janet, he said bonus attack damage, 1 crit ruin. Hell's yes.
Anyway, I believe that concludes everything for this week.
That's probably the fastest episode we've ever done.
I actually don't think so. Chances are it'll end up being about the same length.
Sweet.
Nice name. So yeah, hit us up with a like if you enjoyed it.
And of course, subscribe to the channel.
That's like the most.
We post audio blogs every week.
Once Worlds are done, we will start doing patch notes and guides.
Just like general riffraff about the game.
I love riffraff.
Meanwhile, oh dude, we should do that. Stream Bronze League games.
I mean, okay, that's another point for another time. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, shot guys. Stay frozen.